And now I'm starting this video with the sound of the car clicking. John Wick, from the world of John Wick, Ballerina movie review. This is one that's a little late. I watched it already a couple days ago, but I just was been lazy. But I said, let me save the caption so I actually get around to making it, because I will make it. If I save the caption, if I save the poster, my picture of it. What I liked when she gets beat up by the guy, the trainer guy, and she's like, I can't defeat him, he's just too strong, I'm too weak. And the lady tells her, like, listen, that men, they're always going to be, for the most part, they're always going to be stronger than you. More often than not, they're going to be bigger than you. They're going to be physically able to incapacitate you, to power you. So that's why you got to play by different rules. And you know what, honey, you got to cheat. When it's a life and death situation, there's no, don't hit him in this spot or whatever. Maybe because she was being respectful in the training. But she told her, like, no, you got to honey, you got to break rules, you got to cheat. And so, yeah, she does that. She, you got to use your strengths to your advantages, right? I guess as a woman, maybe she's lighter weight, she can use that. I'm smaller, I can use that. I like when they're trained. The guy, Winston, has this coin. He says, you got two choices with this coin. There are two sides to a coin. With an analogy, like, you can be the assassin, you can be the one doing evil, or you can save the lives, you can be the one being good. And we learned with this film, the Rusa Roma, they basically train like assassins / bodyguards, because there's one training exercise where they have to protect their ward, as they call it, an individual, and they're going around this obstacle course shooting out the targets. Remember, they want to kill this person, so your job is to protect them from all the assailants that want to kill them. So I like that little aspect of it, that they're not solely meant to be bad. The cult people with the X on their wrists, they are meant to be bad. They are meant to be like pieces of shit people. They even mentioned the movie. They say those people they don't have a code. Like the Rusa Roma, they live by a code of conduct. They live by a set of rules, a principle. They're not just they have morals. And they say with these guys, there are no morals. It is literally a free-for-all. Sometimes they kill people just for the sake of doing it. They're bad. They're actually genuinely bad humans, and that's what we establish in the film. And they killed her. We learned that the reason her dad was escaping with her, and we learned this later in the film, but their dad is, I think he's he's the son of the main villain guy. So she's the granddaughter. That's her grandpa. I think that's what it was. I think so. I think that guy was like her grandpa or something. We learned that she's actually from the cult. She's actually subsequently, on a technicality, a cult member by birth. And so her trying, because, and the reason we get this detail is very telling. One of the telling ways that we get this detail. There we go. I don't think I described. I think I parted it just good enough. One of the ways we get this detail from, from her, actually. Because she's telling the guy, this is like later, way late in the film, when she gets kidnapped. Or she's not going to get kidnapped. She does get captured. She gets put in interrogation. Obviously, she doesn't stay there for too long. He goes to talk to the sister, that he goes to tell this lady that we see throughout the film, that we know because she's like some head honcho boss, some kind of person with some power. And he says, that's your sister in there. That bitch, she's your sister. Oh my God, no way. And of course she dies. When the explosion happens, she dies because, I like when her last words were like, I missed you. And then she dies. But, she escapes, like in good classic fashion. But what was I going to say? She tells them the crucial detail, which is that they weren't trying to kill her, they were trying to kidnap her. They're trying to kidnap her, which is like, I have to say, they're trying to, because that's basically what Norman Reedus. So Norman Reedus is in this film, and he's basically an A-lister celebrity at this point. I want to say he's an A-lister, right? And his name sells it, so I guess it was fitting that, of course, he's not going to be a villain. He doesn't die in the film. He's not particularly a villain. He is part of the cult, but he's escaping it. And he's escaping with his daughter, because I guess he's in the same vein as her, which actually gives a nice motivation for why our character maybe wants to be on that cause, because that's what her dad did for her, or tried to. So she wouldn't have to live a life of being an assassin and shit. and we see like in this, even in the cult they won't let you leave, but even in the Roots of Roma, even with the cults that have the morals that they're supposed to be like a little bit more good, even they, once you're in this world, this lifestyle, I guess, it's really hard to escape from it, which is the basic gist of it. You don't particularly escape from this hardship, these headaches that are going to plague you. Unfortunately, they're going to plague you, right? And you're not going to escape from it that easily. And that's what even John tells her that, you can still get out while you still can. The front door, he tells her this when he goes. They have a reference to the other film in this movie, which I liked a lot. It's when she sees John walking down the stairs and stuff, and obviously we never got this scene, but I guess it's like there's more happening behind the scenes that we just don't see in the film, and this is one of the scenes that we finally have seen in this film. Like, it's a way to tie it in there because it's from the same universe, right? The world of John Wick. But what was I thinking of? He tells her, like, literally the front door is open. Literally, you can leave. Actually, if you want to, you can theoretically walk out of here. You don't have to be in there. They teach them ballerina. I'm not sure what the ballerina aspect comes with it, where the discipline. Maybe there's some discipline lesson to be taught with ballerina dance. It does, it's a tough. Can we say sports? I want to say, you do have to train your body for it. There's competition, there's money to be made. You can be a famous ballerina. I'm sure there's some sort of, world of fame within their world of this sport here. They had a movie called Black Swan. I think it was called Black Swan. And it was also about the same topic, being a ballerina and whatnot, this whole ideal with that. But what was I thinking of? In my head, I was thinking of something. Ballerina. What was I thinking of? I was thinking of something. I can't quite remember it at the moment. It's kind of escaping me. I'll try to remember it right now, or a little bit later, maybe I'll remember it. But she has a friend that's in the ballerina Ruska Roma thing with her. But her, she says, like, you guys are on different paths. That's why she had to leave. She was not eligible to continue in the program. And the reason being is that, her pain came from, oh my gosh, she mentioned what it was. Her sadness is pain, right? Her dad was killed. She's upset about it. The other one, it sounded like her family, they probably died of natural causes. She was orphaned, just like her. But they died in a more natural way. It wasn't gruesome, traumatic, at least not traumatic in a sort of violent sense, but maybe just a loss of a parent's still sad and saddening, but it wasn't traumatic, I guess, traumatic to that extent of hers, or just a different set of trauma. But she just wasn't eligible. But I can't help but think that maybe we'll see that character again in the film in a different light, because I think obviously there's going to be a part 2, Ballerina 2. There'll be a continuation of the Ballerina series. I don't know about John Wick. I'm guessing with this Ballerina series, we established a different set of movies, and with the John Wick, because it's really, we have the main character, right? That character, John Wick, he becomes sort of a side character to be intercepted into the films. Would he come back in the second one? Maybe it'd be both of them, because when he goes to kill her in the village, they make a deal. The Rooster Roma and that lady, they say, listen, I'm gonna send you my best to kill this bitch, okay? Because she's breaking the rules. I can't tell her no. I already told her, hey, no, don't do that. You're gonna make things bad for us, and she didn't listen. So I can't guarantee you that's gonna be over like that. And when John goes there, but John, he doesn't kill her right away. He tells her, like, yeah, they sent me here to kill you, but it's ultimately your choice. Like, I don't have to kill you. You can live on your own if you want to. You can just leave, and now, okay, that ends it. They want you gone from the village. That's really what they want. And they have this rule of no engagement for the ballerina girl. They said don't engage with her until this time she's still in the village. Then we can engage with her, and then it's all at war with the Rooster Roma people. And even though Ballerina kills him, I like that she kills him mid-sentence too. He's talking to her about some other speech about how she's like actually one of them, or some shit like that. It's just some annoying pretentious, and she boom pops him in the head right then and there. Like, just shut the fuck up. That was good. But even with that, and we know that they're gonna be like a fight between Rooster Roma and these cult people, because at the end of the film we see the what's it called? Oh my god, what was I thinking of? we see... Oh, let me turn my car off, actually. Because I hate that rumbling that... I left my windows off. I'll have to turn off anyway to put them up, but it's okay. But what was I thinking of? We see in the... at the end, towards the end of the film, that ballerina glass turntable dancer thing is on the lady's desk. So we know, okay, there's gonna be a fucking... there's gonna be a war. There's already a war. It's already been established. Even with this guy dead, they're still gonna want to fight people and shit. I like that there's a Sikh guy. He's called the Eye. We saw in the credits, there's a credit called the Eye, and that's the Sikh guy that we see in the tower. That he's looking over. He even tells the boss at one point, he said, like, listen, it's in the best interest if we evacuate you right now, because she wants to kill you. Listen, you're the main target. You're the one that wants to kill. You stay. It's a probably. She gotta kill you. She gotta find you. She gotta kill you. Unless we leave now, we get out while we still can. But I like that he refutes, and we get to see him die, because he was an annoying character. He was bad. We didn't like him. And with that being said, what was I thinking in my head? With that being said, as the film, the progression, the continuation of this endeavor, it will continue on without him, even with he being the supreme leader of whatnot, you know, his whole status and all that BS. It's gonna continue without him, and we're gonna have some dire consequences to be met, right? What was I thinking of in my head? Oh my god, what was I thinking of? John Wick film. I remember I wasn't a fan of the credits. I think I told my girlfriend that I'm not a fan of the end credits music, the hip hop, rocky singing. I'm not a big fan of that, but overall, I did enjoy the film very much. Ana de Armas, something like that. I think she did a good job. She looks good. She's killing people left and right. She's John Wick. He said that you look like you've already had, like, how can I become like you? I thought maybe he says that line during the fighting scenes, but no, he actually says it like in the building, like, how do I become like you? And he says it looks like you already have, which I guess is, I think at this point she might have done a mission already or something when she sees, and the Booty Yaga, and they call him the Boogeyman, right? But she says it like in Russian. And I like that this series, they're like, you got the called Rusa Roma, which I guess maybe it's quite literal that it's Slavic and Latin people's organization. I don't know, really. What's the whole... John Wick, his character, like him, or that character, the actor himself, he's like Portuguese, Chinese. He's a mixed race guy, mixed with like East Asian and Iberian Peninsula, Europe, I think, something like that. He's like mixed. It's like really mixed all over the place. But what was I thinking? I like this film. I liked it. I liked it very much. I enjoyed it. From the world of John Wick, Ballerina. I look forward to seeing the second installment of this. More Ana de Armas killing people and shit, and John too, right? Gotta love them both. They're both out here killing people. But guess I don't have anything else to say. I like when she cuts the hand off. It's bloody. She puts it under her table and was like, why did you give me this fucking bloody hand? Why did you give me a severed hand for? Look at the wrist. Look at the wrist. She should have known, you know, when she gave her that, oh, I can't tell you about that, but she remembered that these people killed her dad, that she wasn't going to drop it, that it was going to be a thorn. But yeah, it was a nice film. I like this. I enjoyed this film very much. That concludes my review. Thank you for listening.